Good evening. How's everyone's night going so far? I hope everybody is having a good weekend. Hopefully it's a long one. But oh my god. Let me get myself situated here. Alright, there we go. Hi! Plug in my keyboard. There we go. Pinkman! Welcome on in, folks. So thank y'all so much for coming by the stream this morning with Yori. That was amazing. It was super funny and kind of unhinged, but we love to see it. Thank you so much. Let me go through the list here real quick. Advent, welcome on in. Let's see. Wee Woo, hello, welcome on in. Saribot, welcome on in. Thank you so much for keeping us all safe. Ryu, hello, welcome. Winterwolf, hello, welcome. Anomaly, hello. The Winterwolf, hello. Alu, hello, welcome on in. Hoji, hello, welcome, 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 welcome. Colada, hello, nice to see you. Thank you so much for the lurk. Oizen, my favorite berry, Oizen House. Welcome on in, nice to see you. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Spicy, hello. Mwah, 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 mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. And one for the rogue. Mwah. And a big one for Wee Woo. Mwah! Welcome. Welcome. Holy heck. I think actually, you know that I don't really have that much to chat about this morning. Today. This afternoon. Tonight. One of those. A big wet one. I want another one. Okay. There you go. You get one for the road. Yeah, I don't have too much to share. I think we kind of talked about everything that I wanted to talk about this morning. One thing I did want to bring up also is that in July, first week of July, I need to firm up the dates. But yeah, I'm gonna have actually kind of a big kind of 12-hour stream celebrating my streamiversary, which is coming up in 4 days, my affiliate anniversary, which is coming up mid-June, and then my birthday, which is the first week of July. So all three of those all rolled into one, and we're gonna have a big long stream. It should be pretty fun. Yeah, also kind of pretty low key too, because I'm just gonna game for a really long time. We'll see what happens. But holy heck. Yeah, let's get to the game stuff. Kill the music and we'll kill the timer. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and kill the music. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it's nuked. Okay, perfect. Boop! There we go. All right. Whoop. All right, we're just actually kind of waiting on Hoji and Vera, I guess. I'll wait for a few minutes, but yeah, we need to get going. Let's see. Are any of them even on yet? Okay. Alright, I'm in voice chat here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I see Poji and Vera in here, but they're not in game?
I was getting sandwich, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
I had got myself a plate of pasta salad.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ate it, and then I was still hungry.
Oh shit.
Because I hadn't eaten in over 12 hours.
You don't do that. This is me scolding you. Scold, scold, scold. Don't do that.
I just got back to my seat on my sandwich.
All right.
It's pepper jack cheese with black pepper turkey, mustard and mayonnaise on a bagel.
There you go. Nice.
Colada, I'm eating now.
Charlie's attempting to summon me.
Yeah, because we're supposed to like, I don't know, like maybe get the stream moving. It's probably why.
For your consideration.
All right. I guess I'll just start then.
No, I'm on my way. I'm sorry.
So rude. I'm going to descend upon you. I descended.
Server is congested.
You are now in the snowman with me.
And now the snowman will give birth to a Makoti.
As is the laws of nature.
So Poji, can you like not get over into the server at all?
He's waiting.
No,
He's
I'm
stuck
just
in
saying,
queue.
yeah,
Oh,
congested.
okay.
I'm also in my own server right now. I still have to hop over him.
Okay. Right. I wonder if anything else is going to happen tonight that I conveniently forgot about from the last time I was here doing this stuff. Do not know. Yeah, that all of that business with Medion last night that happened, I completely forgot about that. Completely and utterly purged it from my memory, apparently.
Well,
Colada says, make sure Poji knows I'm kicking his butt if he keeps going ridiculously long without eating. Colada, I'll be right there with you. You take one cheek, I'll take the other. Do some
yeah, no, get in line. Get in line.
synchronized butt kicking.
So what's this new tag? Omer.
What?
This new tag, what is this? Omer.
What new tag?
On your stream. Your stream tags.
Oh. What's that? It's a tag. It's a tag.
No one else uses it.
Yeah, that's because like I don't know. It's old. If you were playing for Cadia in like 2003 ish, you would know exactly what that is.
Poji?
Oh, Poji's here, so
Skin. I did about 2/3 of that manually and then just bought the rest.
Thank you.
PC goes flat. Hello. Way to make me feel old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oops, I talked to Vinat.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to them also.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of forcing it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Everybody's here, so we should probably get going anyway. So I'm gonna deafen up and read. So PC, sorry about that. Like, cause I was hanging out in Hope Dreams stream several times last week, and Hope brought up Furcadia, and like one day I was just I let Omer slip, and just Hope lost it, and now every time I go to Hope's stream, Hope is just like Omer. No worries. I definitely remember Omer. Omer. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ooh, and there's Sammy Beans. Let's get Sammy Beans in the party. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, let's talk to Vanilla. I do need cinema ball, though. There we go. Ahty, listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of Propylion. All right. Let us go. Oh, I love this. I love this place. I don't want to leave.
I admittedly did not put the row back on. So we're leaving.
Oh shit.
I want to leave because I'm excited to see what's next. I'm excited to see what happens when we go back and tell all of our Scion friends, hey, so this is what happened.
Yeah, so the problem is actually all the way over there at the edge of the universe, and they're just gonna be like, what? Come again? What?
Hmm.
What do you mean the edge of the universe?
I think there's gonna be a lot of, what do you mean you went back in fucking time?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to open
Yeah.
with that part.
Yeah, we went back to the ancient past when the world was unsundered, and we saw Emet-Selch again.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Oh, and we met.
I just want to remind you what they told us to do. They wanted us to go to the Crystal Tower and grill Elidibus for information.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
all
did
of
a
this-
little bit more than that.
All right, so what did Elidibus say? Okay, so I went to the ancient past, and I saw Hydaelyn before she was Hydaelyn.
Hold on.
And I
What
saw
do you mean you
Emet-Selch
went to the
before
ancient
he was
past?
Emet-Selch, and I saw Fandaniel before he was Fandaniel, and the bad guys at the edge of the known universe. Any questions?
Yep. Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, about a dozen or so.
You can't say that we weren't effective at what we were sent to do.
Yep. You know, one thing led to another, and then to another, and then, you know, this happened and that happened. But like,
Ahty's taking a casual stroll because
Yeah. And it's a long walk from where Ahty was.
yep, I'm almost there. Not just from Furcadia, either. Communities NSL would also use it, yeah. But that's where I remember it. Is the Omer from Furcadia.
Imagine having cinema mode on while taking a long walk.
What's the matter with
you can't
that?
even be bothered during the walk.
I will bother in my own way.
All right, I weed. Gosh, I love wee woo. Gosh. All right. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Vana, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of chill. I'm gonna chill for a little bit. We're good on ad time. That's good. All right, before I trigger this, I wanna run out the clock on the goober here. No offense, but I wanna go into the cutscene in my 3D Av. I'm not gonna speak yet. I'm just gonna run around a little bit. Thank you. Thank you. I've only got a few minutes on this, but like, I want to take in some of the sights here before we go. Me when I hug you. Explosions! Hey, a revelation. Welcome on in. This place is so pretty. I don't want to leave. It's not like I can't come back, but like the... Just, I love the whole storyline in this place. It's so good. Even the spooky part. Even the spooky part. I've been doing pretty good, Revelation. Been doing pretty good. On the latest dungeon? Like, which dungeon are you talking about? If you're talking about Dawn Trail stuff, we haven't been there yet, so no spoilers. If you're talking about Catesis Hyperborea, I do like that dungeon a lot. Like, we did it solo. I did it with Hythlodaeus and Emet-Selch and Vana. Catesis Hyperborea, yeah. I really like it. I really like it. It is good stuff. I thought one of those Ophions were gonna, like, try and slay me. Everybody's reviewing the cutscene. Yeah, I get it. Let's see. Alright, almost there. I don't think I walked over here, though. I really need to get flying going in this zone because, like, I want to fly to all these islands. I think there's only, like, one that I can actually land on, but, like... Gooba, yeah. I'm running out the timer on the Gooba before I trigger all the cinematic stuff, because I want to go into this with my 3D Av with the robot and all that. Oh, Poji, I've already explained it like twice. Since I'm a Gooba, I don't want to go into the cutscenes as a Gooba. I want to go in with my 3D avatar with the robot. No worries, Poji. No worries. It's not gonna be too much longer. There we go. Okay, now we can do it. All right, let's do it.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
Perhaps I should stay in home.
I appreciate your sentiment. I truly do. But 'tis a very long game that we must now play. And while you have maintained a stable presence here thus far, there are dangers in lingering over long. No. You must return to your own battlefield. Make use of the knowledge you have attained, that your days here and our friends' sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done.
Yep.
In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. Were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist.
Hey, Raishi. Hello. Welcome on in.
And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
Bye for now. Thank you, Poji. So, folks, content warning on some of the cutscenes that are coming up. Like Poji said, there's violence, loss, and
From
death.
this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
It's been a while since we've heard that song.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate.
So long, Hythlodaeus.
That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it. We won't accept it. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiac! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
One second, folks. 1 second, folks.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
1 second, folks. Thank you, Bagel. Thank you, Angel, for your raids. Give me a second, though. Give me a sec.
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before.
It doesn't drop.
They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk.
Balinar, thank you so much for the raid. Just give me 1 second, though. We're in the middle of a cutscene.
All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering, to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
How does one even begin to process all that? Start by crying, yep. Oh my god. Alright. Folks. Bagel Tiger, Angel Tazdevil, and Balinar, thank you so much for your raids. Thank you so much. Like I would have done more to address all of that when it happened, but the thing is we were basically in peak cutscene in Final Fantasy XIV, so I didn't want to do anything to interrupt that at all, and I hope you understand. But thank you so much for your raids, and welcome on in, raiders. My name is Ahty. I'm a transferee gamer from Oregon, and I mainly play RPG games. Tonight we're playing Final Fantasy XIV, and just an incredible crescendo to like the part of the game that we're at. It's meant to hit you like a ton of bricks, like a hammer to the face, and like I love it. This is why it's like literally my favorite game of all time. But holy heck. But welcome on in, folks. The community here, we're all pretty chill, laid back, we're all friends. If that sounds like your jam, please feel free, kick up your feet and relax. Enjoy the show. You can chat, lurk, do whatever you want to do. You could even drop a follow if you would like, although that is not required. But regardless of what you do, you're heckin' welcome here and you're valid. Thank you so much for popping in. And Angel, thank you so much for the raid. Bagel, thank you so much for the raid. And Balinar, thank you so much for your raid as well. I also desperately need food. You definitely get some food. Get some food. And folks in my chat, go heck and follow and watch Angel, Bagel, and Balinar. All of them are absolutely superb, top-notch streamers and super good beans. And yeah. All heckin' amazing. All heckin' amazing. But holy heck. Let's see. Let's see what's awaiting us now that we're back in the first. So we need to go to the main hall of the Baldessian Annex. So actually, I could probably go straight there from here. Why don't we do that? Let's see. Endwalker. Old Charlian. Your imagination. Hello, welcome on it. Right. Before I talk to Kryl, though, I think I'm probably going to do a quick ad break. But we'll see here. It's been a while since we've been back here. I played a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, but literally only for POTD and fishing. POTD? What is that? I feel like I should know that, but I don't. Palace of the Dead! Oh, gotcha! Gotcha, okay. And guess what I haven't done? Palace of the Dead! I guess I could probably go back to my previous glamour in-game, though. I should probably do that. Let's see. Do I remember how to do that? I think all the rest of my stuff I didn't do anything with. Let's see. Cast glamour. Was it my brioso gelée? I think it was. There we are. There's me. All right. Feeling serious after that, yeah. Yep. I understand. All right. So, folks, I'm going to take a quick ad break before I push the story further, because I think we're kind of getting into the danger zone, and I don't really want the ads to interrupt what we're doing. So I'm going to take a quick 3-minute ad break. I will see y'all on the backside of that. All right? BRB. All right, we're back. There we go. There we go. I think I'm gonna wear my robe stuff to like the end of Endwalker. When we finish Endwalker, I'll go back to normal. All right, so let me undeafen here.
Which means that they were doing that with other things to just inherit the color, but that was fucking up the textures. Interesting. So they had to go back and fix that.
Farah?
What?
Baba.
Body baba 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 baba.
Baba baba ba.
I know.
Baba. Ba. Ba. Ba.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Ba.
Story time.
Ba.
Ba.
Oh, yep, story time. All right. All right, I'm done. You have a knack for turning up exactly when needed, and this is no exception. Ahty? Impeccable timing as always. I've heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. How long was I gone? I guess we'll never know. So, have you learned aught more of the final days? Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the First, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Alize and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amenus is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating, still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Y'shtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Totaro and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You'll also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortuno to people of Rossethan. Following their discussion, Vritra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wished to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far, so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of the Babel, and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. I mean, kind of makes sense. Therefore, to secure safe passage from the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alize, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now? The final days have come to Garlemald. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortuno. Then, panic broke out, and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Ahty. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you'd better start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. All right. Alright, I am dragging... Let's see. Let me pop in a voice. Alright, I'm dragging Nicole in.
Ryer!
Whoop! Ooh. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, let's see.
The field sucks, Max.
Yep, that is the theme for today.
How much did it hurt? How much did it hurt?
Well, that was last night, so it hurts a little less now.
Well, we were creeped out last night, but like today was the sad feels.
Last night was fucked up. Love it.
It was
I felt kind of weirded out by the fact that she just walked right past someone who was actively getting eaten.
Yeah.
She had business to attend to.
Could have at least saved the man.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the takeaway was with that. There is like, you know, when you're surrounded. I guess when you're surrounded by like, you know, unparalleled, unmitigated horror and destruction, like
We
you.
understand information.
Yeah, when you see something like that, and like you both see it and you don't see it. Like it's like there's just so much bullshit going on in front of your face that you just can't see it. It's trauma. It's just a traumatization.
You're not doing it right.
What are y'all doing?
We're standing in formation in front of Lucia at Camp Broken Glass.
Oh, I
By
see.
the way, there's solo
Is that
duty
the right
coming up.
I did attention. Is that the right one?
Mine is at ease. I'm to match the other ones here. But it
At
was
ease,
something
okay.
I had to get. I'm not sure if you have it.
All right,
Oh, you
got it.
have
At
Good.
ease. The at ease and all that is
Grand Company, probably.
great company.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah, I
there's
have it.
workout and that you get from school graduates, but I don't think
Yeah.
that is
Nice. I have at ease, so I'm good.
Here's Camp Broken Glass. Okay.
Say you looking fine.
anyways.
I like those
on
words.
Come on.
manifestation,
Yeah. We all gotta stay in formation. Why is the white mage front row? Yeah, that's true. Poji, you should be back row. You use magic, not melee damage. You don't need the damage buff.
Counterpoint, hold me.
I don't have that. I don't have that emote.
You don't have slash at ease?
Is it at ease all one word?
Yeah, at ease. All
Yes.
in one. If it doesn't do anything, you don't have it.
It doesn't do anything.
You
it
should be
also-
able to get it from the Grand Company though, because I know you're at least a lieutenant.
Malik, that's not the correct place to stand. Come on.
Well, I'm gonna trigger the duty.
Well, it's solo duty, so we got a disband party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to exit all of her dialogue and then leave the party.
All right. I'm gonna deafen up and commence. All right. Ahty, and not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you will have heard, your fellow scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glacius that the Forum's airship has landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you are ready to depart. All right. Cutscene time. Lord Cryptid, hello, welcome on in. And Lance, hello. Earlier in the Magna Glacius.
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same doom we fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves! Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
There we go.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord. I'll command the beast's attention. See to the wounded.
Help is at hand.
There we go. I can't tab target them. That sucks. All right, what am I supposed to do here? I'm in a circle.
Leave it to me.
Oh, great. Okay.
Those who can stand, come with me.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, it's weird. Like, yeah. I mean, it's like what I'm doing doesn't seem to be doing anything. Use that. I don't know what character you're talking about.
You're safe now.
Oh, there we go. Okay, right click.
Easy now. Deep breaths.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself, boy.
There we go. Seems to be doing pretty good against this this whatever this thing is.
But not hard enough!
Almost there, buddy. There you go. Good job, Estinian.
Help! Someone, please!
What?
Oh, shit.
No. Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
What is going on here?
Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then? In time enough to be of aid, for once. We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride! Of that I've no doubt.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
Theo, welcome on in.
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
I saw it, Theo.
Well then.
Amazing. Thank you.
I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
All right, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
Fine.
Not today.
Oh, no idea what I'm doing, but okay.
I'm not done yet.
Nothing to worry about. The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
As they say, turnabout's fair play. On guard.
There we go. Oh.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you, from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Good night, Revelation.
Look out! Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them! Not a one! This will be a brighter future! I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Hey, NM, welcome on in.
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of Father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let our sword in the darkness fight alone.
Speaking of whom.
Oh.
This is precisely why you should never skip your squat regimen. I'm picking that. What? Did I make her feel
I can
bad?
look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order, I trust?
I've had enough of this rabble! Come on!
Let's kick some ass.
Oh, a trio for the ages.
I guess I'm cool.
Just the beginning.
I had a feeling I'd find you here. This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!
Almost there. You're getting there.
Leave the healing to me. I'm in your debt.
don't know if I ate any of that or not. I think so? Maybe I did. I don't know. Wow, he didn't even get a chance to get that attack off. Amazing. There we go.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Sharlayan is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Sharlayan. Please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
More of them.
Oh, great. Great!
Xenos! Here! You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship. Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is, and has ever been, my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine, yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust. So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about. Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone.
What do you think set it in
Along
motion?
with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
What a nice guy.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Eulus, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone.
Vicissitudes. That is my vocabulary word for the day.
Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
Nope, what does Dad want?
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilsabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
Estina likes to poke the bear. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's talk to some extras. That the final days should manifest here too. After everything these people have suffered, is a fate cruel beyond words. Nevertheless, with allies old and new at our side, there is yet reason to be hopeful. It's been a while since last we spoke. For some time, I was not myself. Lucia and the others told me what happened that night, and about the events that took place while I was receiving treatment. It was only then that I realized the lengths you and yours go to. I know I might never be able to repay you, but I'll be damned if I don't try. And most of all, I want to thank you, all of you, for everything you've done and continue to do for the sake of my people. At the very least, I'm glad our own members are accounted for. This is the contingent's base of operations, I take it? Though there'll be time later to discuss your journey to the fort. First, there is one thing I must ask. Did you perchance speak with our friends in the Crystarium? Lena and Becklug both warned me against overexerting myself. Strange that they would express such similar sentiments. Identical, in fact. But their advice is duly noted. We couldn't save them all, but if we'd arrived any later, it would have been a massacre. Things were looking bleak until you and the first showed up. To see Zeno standing there, so uncaring and unrepentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind, but looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope that they won't incite them to further villainy. But to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuneau. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Sharlayan alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Any other, I would doubt. But you, I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait. Did you hear something just now?
I did. It's a little bird. A little bird told me. Be woo cute.
No!
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
Dawn may banish even the darkest night, and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Also, refrigerate not your pudding, for we consume it straight from the bowl.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Well, a dude can only shrink so much. Just saying.
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans.
Lance!
It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Aetheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvellous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Oriange's inferior works no more.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Hydalin's love for the lives of this star, So naturally, we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they...
He doesn't know!
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Wow.
Hail, fellow! Well met! You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Hydalin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Sharlayan, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperids made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Good to have you back.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well. Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Pudding away, oh my god.
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
I wonder if we're gonna see it in the background again. Yep, there's Pudding Away right there. What do you call a Loperid that's both an Italian chef and recently deceased? Passed away. Wow. Yeah, Poji, that it was very silly. But I think that after all the seriousness that we've been forced to endure for like the past hour, I think the levity was much needed. Some nice silly as a treat, yes. All right, before I go on with this next step, though, I am due for an ad break because it's going to pop in less than 5 minutes. So I'm just going to take it now. So, folks, I will see y'all on the backside of a 3-minute ad break. Get up, stretch your legs, grab yourself some water, maybe a snack or something like that, and I'll see you in 3 minutes. All right, BRB. All right, looks like we're back. There we go. All right, let me return to voice here and see what's up.
It is smart.
Ba
It's street
ba
smart.
ba 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 ba.
Sanjay is book smart. Hi.
Hi.
Ahty.
Yeah.
Ahty, does Green have 2 dads or a dad and an uncle?
Does Reen have two dads or a dad and an uncle?
I'm making the argument that Thancred is the dad and Rianche is the uncle.
They're both dads. They're both bi now. They're both dads.
As much as I wanna agree with that, I don't know that. I think Thancred is the dad, and I think that like Reen's relationship with Uranger is a little bit more
uncle.
Yeah, it's uncly. It's very uncly.
Okay, counterpoint. Do you think Uranger and Thancred are dating in the background?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so because Thancred, I think, still pines for Minfilia. Even though she's gone and she's never coming back. Like...
I think they do, due to spoiler reasons, looks at Dawn Trail, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, that's Dawn Trail. That's not now.
That's why I said for spoiler reasons.
Interesting.
Anyways, because we were talking about how, in a world of nerds, Uranger is a fucking turbo nerd.
That's true. I mean, look at him. He looks like Turbo Nerd.
Even by Charlian standards, he's a nerd.
Yeah.
Yes, because it was the whole thing with pudding, and they said, oh yeah, no, Uranger doesn't know how to cook. Firstly, he's a nerd. Two, he's Charlian. He's a Charlian who have worse flavor tolerance than a white person.
Yeah.
Three, he's a turbo nerd who stays in his room all day. And four, the only time he got out of his room was when Moonbrita physically dragged him out of his room.
Defeat him.
Lance, you could start as a bard if you want, but also like what you can do, you can be a lancer, and if you prefer like like spears and stuff like that, you can go that route and become a dragoon.
Best part about 14, you have no limits. You can be everything. No limits on what you can play.
Yep.
You hit level 10 in your first class, all of a sudden, boom. You do the class quest for it, everything. You can unlock everything.
Yeah.
Bards are archers in this game, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, physical ranged. And here's the thing. Lancer and Archer start in the same city, too.
Yep.
They do. There's actually very few jobs in that city, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think Britannia has the least amount, but then again...
It has the best ones.
Then again, Limsa has the same job, the same crafter twice.
Alright.
See, there's Lancer, there's Archer, there's Conjurer... And
then there's Leather Worker, and...
As far as...
Carpenter.
And Carpenter. And...
Well, I was talking about the war and magic jobs, specifically.
Alright.
Combat jobs.
And, if I remember correctly, Gunbreaker also starts with
All right. While y'all are chatting about that, I'm gonna proceed.
Right,
talk to Uncle Urianger.
Uncle Urianger. Got it. I dare say Master Fortuno was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Heidelin's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. Alright, I go to Old Charlie. Not that I'm complaining, Yuranger, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Aetheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loporrits a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Kryl tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I have news to share regarding our study of the Ethereal Sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest. So I would rather hear them out first. To what revelations did Hydaelyn's Elpis flower lead? Then this dynamis is what drives the final days. If it and Akasha are one and the same, this all but proves Nidhana's theory. We're an entity, through sheer force of emotion, to channel this vast, dormant reservoir into a raging river. Its power might surpass even that of ether. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Meteor. Or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for a millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Aetheris. Then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Meteon. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Meteon and we deliver the world from the final days. But to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Meteon escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vana, the woman who would become Hydaelyn. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Hydaelyn and the Vana you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Hydaelyn possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Meteon? The Vana I know would never give up. That's my impression too. Otherwise, she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So, what's the second condition? We must find a means to reach Meteon. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. Then communing with the Hydaelyn must by necessity come first. Did you and Master Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. Though we enlisted the help of Arenvald and other Echo-based allies, we couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Hydaelyn, even from within the Antitower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Hydaelyn. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, but closer to home. Sorry to interrupt. We've just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. then Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Speak with the Rostra Steward. Okay, let's go. Before I do that, though, I'm going to talk to some extras. Let's do that super quick. I think the Crystal Tower of the First is capable of such feats as sending one's soul into the distant past. The events you witnessed and helped shape may yet hold the key to forestalling the final days. I'm reminded of dear friends in a future I unmade, whose selfless efforts saw the 8th Umbral Calamity averted. In this timeline, at least, too much has been sacrificed for us to abandon Aetheris now. After sending Graha and Estinian back to Garlemald, I stayed in Locus Amenus for a time. Being an imperial province, it was already in turmoil before the onset of the final days. You wouldn't believe the difficulties we had overseeing the evacuation of the villages we visited. I have faith the detachment we left behind will continue our work and shepherd the people to safety. To what safety can be found in a world coming to an end. Master Matoya has suspected for some time that the Forum has been constructing a new facility for the purpose of surveying the Ethereal Sea. Of course, as the custodian of the Anti-Tower, which would presumably be rendered obsolete as a result, she has a few things to say about that. Nothing that should be repeated in polite company, you understand? After you left for Garlemald, I went to Labyrinthos and tried to reach Heidelin using the Elpis flowers. Alas, my attempts were in vain. I can only assume that she spent a vast amount of her power in the confrontation with Van Daniel and is presently unable to communicate. Indeed, as her presence left my body, I could feel how faint it had grown. I hope you don't mind me staying behind while you attend to your big meeting. The roster reminds me too much of the supremely scary tribunal in Ishgard. You'll forgive me if I keep my distance. Father has granted us an opportunity we've been waiting for. Though we know not what information, if any, they intend to reveal, there's only one way to find out: to the Rostra. Well, that was a much quicker response than I was expecting. Nice to know our efforts at the Magna Glacius didn't go unnoticed. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of Hermes and his motives. But it's like we discussed at the Great Work. When faced with the harsh realities of life, some seek the release of death. Others grow defiant. They fight. Either way, it is our right to choose. 'Twas Heidelin's commandment that, in the event of Zodiark should perish, the Loperites were to deliver the people of Aetheris from harm. Though that be the limit of their duties, they possess knowledge unparalleled of the great expanse and the means of its traversal. Should they be persuaded to assist in our efforts to reach Meteon, we would do well to heed their counsel. Alright. Now, to the Rostra. Right.
I really like what they've added.
Charlian Night theme.
Charlian.
Hello, Ahty.
Hi.
We were talking about
White Mage.
like ability upgrades and Dawn Trail and stuff, and somehow this led to White Mage being evil? Question mark. Because here's the thing: the Warrior of Light is not allowed to be evil. They have literally stated that. That's why we. That's
No,
why
I'm talking about the class itself, like its history.
Yes, we are not allowed to use an evil class or job or whatever.
Well,
Even the Dark Knight is really just harnessing your negative emotions in a positive way.
Not even that. Dark Knight is love. They literally just straight up tell you it's love.
Interesting.
Emotions, it's love.
All right, I'm gonna talk to the roster guy.
Okay.
The forum is in session, and as such, the rostra is closed to visitors. We were summoned here, Dinkelberg. A scion of the 7th Dawn. Very well, you may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. Wow, Lucas! Hello! Lucas, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in. The taxman sent us to a zombie wasteland. Oh no! I assume you were playing... the taxman? Okay, so you weren't playing Repo? You were playing 7 Days to Die. Okay. Were you playing Repo and then 7 Days to Die? But welcome in, Lucas. Thank you so much for the raid. And welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Ahty. I am a transfer gamer from Oregon. I mainly play RPG games. Tonight we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. My very favorite RPG game in the whole bleeding world. Just playing Repo with some beans at first, and then when we were done, we continued with 7 Days to Die. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The mention of the taxman, I'm like, that's a Repo reference. But holy heck, folks, welcome on in. Thank you so much for popping in. The community here, we're all pretty chill and laid back. We're all friends. If that sounds like your jam, please feel free to kick up your feet and relax. Enjoy the show. You can chat, lurk, do whatever you want to do. You could even drop a follow if you would like, although that's not required. Regardless of what you do, you're heckin' welcome here, and you're valid. And Lucas, thank you so much again for your raid. Make sure you get your self-care stuff going on, though. Grab yourself a drink and a snack and get cozy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guess we go in. You should leave your weapons at the door. Doesn't leave weapon at the door. Weapon is still on my back. Right. Here we go. Probably gonna be a cinematic. Yep, here we go.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself.
You underestimate the scions.
Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms? "71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum."
Ah. You were outvoted,
Very well.
sir.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Fortuneau did not vote aye. Yep. Malik, nice. What makes you think you can fix it? We have a Sid. Excellent. Right, what do we got? A bunch of extras, holy shit. The further we pursue the mysteries of the universe, the more I struggle to comprehend the fortuitous nature of time itself. We measure and quantify it based on observations of celestial bodies, such as the sun and the moon, but from your account it is unclear whether the ancients viewed time in a similar manner. I mention this because while Vanan knew the final days would reoccur at a defined point in the future, she presumably had no way of knowing exactly when. Even so, the completion of the Forum's preparations to escape to the moon aligning so closely with the advent of the final days is surely no coincidence. Certainly not. Wee woo cute. And hot. I'm a little vexed that we've yet to learn of the Forum's replacement for the Anti-Tower, though I expect that in time they'll share that too with us, and with Master Matoya, if they've any sense. Whew. I'll admit, bringing up the issue with the Forum's incomplete arc was more than a little daunting. They were, to their credit, quite open about the current state of affairs. What was even more surprising, though, was when they took Alphino up on his offer. While I very much take issue with the Forum's approach by selecting whom to save and when, they're not wrong for wanting to minimize potential conflicts. Fortunately, if this plan of ours actually works, the Great Exodus itself will become entirely unnecessary. My affinity for espionage may have earned me the title of Archon, but I was completely unaware of the Forum's plans. There may have been clues here and there, and if I... Poji. That is getting really distracting. There may have been clues here and there, had I been a mind to look for them, but contemplating that possibility only serves to further wound my pride. Ruineel, welcome on in. Not that anyone could have realistically surmised that their brilliant stratagem was to build a giant ship, fly to the moon, a still larger vessel in truth, and use that to travel to another star. Even now, the whole idea seems positively absurd when spoken aloud. Of late, I have seen no sign of the Loporrits. This being their first opportunity to experience the wonders of Sharlayan, the potential for misadventure is nigh infinite. Perhaps if Midgardsormr were still alive, in the traditional sense that is, he could have offered to help the vessel attain the necessary speeds. Then again, there's no guarantee his contribution would make enough of a difference to the matter. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was, admittedly, thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both a means of communing with the Hydaelyn and reaching Meteion, in the spur of the moment I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the Ether Burner. I'd like to think it is not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an Ether Burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. As instructed, I shall take you to see the Ether Burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. I trust you can make your own way there? I wonder how passive-aggressive he's going to be through all this. So the Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? So, I'm kind of thinking this might be a good spot.
Damn it. We were saying as much.
Yeah.
But I was hoping otherwise. I want more. More!
Well, sorry. I have dinner yet to eat. So I need that. Yeah.
I can't wait a week for more, please.
I'm sorry.
Do more on your own time.
Strawberry Milky is here.
What?
What?
Strawberry milkers are here? What?
At the door to Labyrinthos, there's a player called Strawberry Milky with their elegant melon.
I need to see that. What?
The door to Labyrinthos, which is
in Old Sharlayan.
No, don't teleport to Labyrinthos. The door to Labyrinthos. Ahty, no!
Okay, the door to Labyrinthos? Okay.
The door to Labyrinthos.
Which of these things is it? quickly!
It's not a teleport location.
It's not a
in Old
teleport.
Charlian.
Hey, the actual physical location that you use to move between the zones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The door to Labyrinthos, which is just off the side of the forum.
You silly goober.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's just off the side of the forum.
How about one of y'all walk them there?
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about the rostra.
Yeah.
Okay. We could have just said the rostra.
That's the forum.
Yeah, well, you could have just said the rostra. I'd have been like, oh.
Just teleport up here and I'll walk you there.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's the door that's off to the side of the rostra.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Someone says you need a leash to jump your tongue.
Hopefully Strawberry Milky is still there by the time we get there.
Yeah, I need to see.
Alright, now follow close and don't get lost.
I need to see strawberry milkers.
With the elegant melon.
Hold on, you're an NPC that I have to like constantly beckon over.
I swear to God, if the milkers are not there, I'm going to be very displeased.
Oh good, they're still here. Strawberry Milky.
Strawberry
With their elegant milky.
Milky. With their elegant melon.
Okay.
The level
Are they
100
dressed
like
like a nurse? They're a nurse. They're a sexy nurse.
Hello, nurse.
There's a level 100 white mage.
Don't do this to a random stranger. Don't fucking.
So they're a sexy nurse named Strawberry Milky, who's a white mage. They're elegant melons.
Sorry, I had to get the Animaniacs Hello Nurse in there before I left.
Hello, nurse.
Hello, nurse.
We should clip that.
What, the Strawberry Milky thing, or just me going, hello,
the whole thing.
nurse? Oh, okay.
Yeah, alright. Mark that one down in the fucking pod.
Look, if you need help putting together a nurse outfit, I have one complete with the gloves, the blue gloves. I literally have that.
Maybe. I'm kind of hoping, like, if I was to do a glam, like a silly glam like that, I'd kind of want, like, one of those, like, Scandinavian milkmaid outfits. That's what I want.
We have one of those. It's on the market.
Ahty.
What?
Now Ahty has a reason to play healer.
No, genuinely, there is like, no, it's more of a barmaid outfit, but there is stuff on the log station you might.
I see. I see.
I'll be honest, playing Alphino in that duty kind of gave me the desire to play Sage.
If you need help learning Sage, hi, I main Sage and White Mage. I would be glad to help teach.
For savage content.
I get your savage content right here.
Oh my fucking god, Ahty.
I'm just a bit obsessed with how I am a high content level healer.
Look, you do it good.
What is this being doing?
I like that if I do a size while move, I kind of slide across the ground.
Slide casting! I know it's not actually slide casting because it doesn't have a cast bar, but slide casting!
Because the animation doesn't actually do a walk animation?
Yeah, it's not... Like, some of them will separate the legs from the upper half so that you can just do your casting while running and have it look normal.
A size is not one of those, though.
I feel like some of them do that. Well, some of them do that.
Okay, here's the thing. A size does play an animation that your legs can't move in, so technically it is sliding.
Yeah.
Slide casting.
The only jobs that have leg movement when attacking are Machinist and Archer.
Because they're, expected to be fucking constantly moving while attacking.
What about Dancer? I thought Dancer was on that list too.
It does not, because it has all of the dances. It actually doesn't have leg movement.
Oh, interesting.
And
okay.
Ninja's very flippy. It's practically dancing in its own right.
yeah. No, the only ones that move like the legs move are Machinist and Archer / Bard. But it's mostly for the old abilities, because the new, they don't do it. God damn it, Nem!
Yeah, because a lot of the Machinist abilities are also very flippy for some reason.
Ahty, Nem got the clips.
Nice, nice. So by the way, like
Nem's the clips leader on this channel. No wonder.
yeah, like Nem. There's a reason why Nem is the clips leader on this channel. I mean, that happened. That I got a message about offline saying that Nem was the new clips leader.
Nem just clips so much.
So like y'all, if y'all wanna be in the same league as Nem, get your fucking clipping business going on. Because holy shit.
I clip my own screen a bunch, so I don't need to worry about that.
I used to do highlights, but now that there's a limit on VODs and highlights, I try to go back and clip.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's. I think it's always good practice just to, like, to watch your VODs back, because, like, not only is that a great way to, like, spot little problems that you didn't know was there before, that you can fix, but, like, you can actually, like, you've got the tools already at your disposal to kind of improve upon your craft, That's, I think, how we improve and grow as streamers. Not only is it networking, but it's also just watching what you do yourself on stream, and if there's something you don't like or something you'd like to do a little bit different, you've got it there. You've got the clue. It's the best clue in the world.
May I make a comparison to something else with that?
Sure.
Similar to me. I write a lot, Whenever I go to upload my chapters, I always end up rereading things, and each time I always end up slightly editing.
Yep.
One or two things.
Mm-hmm.
And then making note of that. For example, since I'm writing something in a chat interface, I realized, you know what? Saying characters online and characters offline don't really make much sense for this. So I went back and edited everything to be as connected to the chat, as disconnected to the chat. That's just, and I took the fucking 2 hours to do that, but it was worth it.
Hell yeah.
And, like, you can also, that's a similar thing, because watching your own VODs back and other clips, that's very similar to that.
Hell yeah.
Look, it may be two different mediums, text versus audio and visual at the same time, but...
Kind of the same idea. Definitely the same idea.
It's like how circuitry and magic making spells are pretty much very similar.
Indeed.
Enchantments and circuitry are very similar. Take it from me, the actual fucking mage.
All right. So I
just realized something.
What's up?
I think Vera wishes we could go just one more step in this quest, because I think that would finally unlock this damned elevator.
Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait until next week, because I am fried. I am fried, and I'm hungry, and I want to raid.
Fried chicken.
Right. So I found actually somebody that I want to raid, and this somebody is playing some heckin' Undertale right now, and playing Undertale they're behind us. So no spoilers for our crew that's watching that. So I'm gonna initiate the raid, and I'll return to the call once it completes. So BRB. All right, so Stormy is playing some heckin' Undertale right now, and is chit-chatting with Sans just outside the ruins, very early in the game. So why don't we go visit Stormy? Now, Stormy has a very different energy than what we typically have here in the stream. Like, Stormy is like super funny, and just there's so much stuff going on. But Stormy is also like a really good heckin' bean, and actually vastly becoming probably one of my favorite heckin' streamers. So definitely we're gonna go visit. When we get over there, definitely go follow and watch. Definitely do that. Stormy is amazing. Oh my gosh. It's such a good hacker. But folks, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. This was really great. Next time I'm gonna be live is hopefully Monday. which we're gonna be playing some more Undertale. But there's a risk that I may not be streaming that day, because starting tomorrow, I've got to pull my desk out and I have to rewire the whole fucking thing because it is awful right now. It is awful. So it's just really gonna depend on how long it takes me to do that. So I'm gonna be starting that tomorrow morning. So I'll definitely let you all know either way. But like, hopefully we'll be live again Monday. If not, it's gonna be Wednesday. But keep that in mind, folks. But as is always, take care of yourselves and each other. Drink all the water, eat all the food, get all the rest. Before you know it, we're gonna be gaming again together soon. And that's hopefully gonna be Monday, but if not Monday, then it's gonna be Wednesday. But y'all are heckin' amazing. Y'all are heckin' precious. And like, I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are heckin' great folks. But yeah, until next time, folks, be well, take care of yourselves, and yeah, see you later. Have a good night. Bye. Bye. Bye.